Korner Booth pregame.
You ready? No debate, cause it's all. I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant, slay the competition cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, corner booth.
I see myself. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
No, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
I got asked by somebody why I never get rid of that intro. I'm like, because it's classic, and also we've had too many tame episodes of Korner Booth pregame the last year. Like I think we hit our peak with either Cruz getting scarred for life with Kevin's mom stories, or Kevin proposing to Katie, or me and Kevin shotgunning beers in the middle of a segment. You know, just like But then again, the pandemic does weird things to everybody, I guess.
It sure did. I wish I wore my Yeats glasses.
I was going to say, I fucking bought you a pair.
They're in my car. I'm sorry.
At least you have them. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Korner Booth pregame. I am your host, Cherry Clem, alongside this handsome devil next to me from the Divots and Pivots podcast, and featuring that wild and crazy show and three-ring circus named TSS Fantasy with my good friend Jason Cooper. I call it a three-ring circus because some of the dudes he's gotten there are straight up clowns.
Like myself. I know.
No. We're talking about Jester, who I swear to God, every time he talks about college football, I think my brain dies. Anyway, you can tell him that. I'll tell him it myself. I've told me and Kevin went on 2 weeks ago, a month ago, and both of us stopped the segment and we're like, "Are you fucking serious with that take?"
Look, he's fun. He's entertaining. You gotta love it.
Oh, he is entaring. It's just and Flanders is my guy. That's my dude.
Oh yeah,
for obvious reasons. But it's so funny. I've met a couple of his boys. I one time had the misfortune of going up against fucking DJ, the walking human encyclopedia, on. Oh my God, I wanted to die. That dude smoked me so bad. And it's like I'm pretty good friends with Kelsey from the High and Low Boys. And so I talk to Kelsey about this off camera all the time. I'm like, buddy, I love how you are much like me. We're smart, but we're also meatheads. DJ is a walking speak and spell mixed with an encyclopedia. This motherfucker has a microchip. He reminds me of Daniel Jeremiah meets C-3PO. I can't figure it out.
Well, that's why it was great to do color for him while he was doing play by play on our NLFA coverage live. It was a good time because he handled it and I just entertained.
Well, I mean, that's the best part. I did when I was part of the broadcasting for my college for football as well. Yeah. I did color. One, because play-by-play gets annoying. I'm sorry. It's just I could never do it. It's and that everyone's like, why don't you do play-by-play? I'm like, I could do play-by-play for baseball because that's easy. It's slow paced. But for football, I'd react to play so much. Also, play-by-play for basketball gets irritating. Kevin Harlan and all these dudes. I think who's one that does it for CBS for the Final Four? I think Jim Nance. No, is it Jim Nance?
No,
Jim Nance only does. Jim only does football
Nance.
and golf. Hello, friends.
It's.
Also narrating Barney Stinson's life for those who are old enough to recognize that reference. By the way, this amazing, like Andrew brought up before, this amazing show is brought to you by the amazing folks at eatsofficial.com, my oldest and most favorite sponsor. Yeah, I don't right now. I really have one sponsor. I kind of dropped the last two because I never heard from them. Look, I don't even know if there's. I don't even know if there's still. I don't even know if there's still companies at this point.
Well, all I can say is my Yeet sunglasses, they're legit.
I love the ones you ordered.
And they're easy to clean. They fit nice. They They're good. I love them. Best
From the
pair of
mouth of
sunglasses
a
I've
healthy,
had.
from the mouth of a valued customer. For
Yes,
me, who's
yes.
bought like 12 pairs for people in contests, I still owe Frank Michael Smith a pair. I might hold him hostage till he comes back on my show again.
Let's see if he responds. I was gonna say, see if he responds. And
He gave me his fucking number. He has to respond now. Like, so everyone's like, so somebody's like, wait, so for you, Frank's number? I'm like, yeah. And he goes, he gave me his personal number because he felt so bad for canceling 3 shows, interviews on me. So me and him ended up becoming friends because one, we're both 27. We're both like from like northeastern cities. He just got his start fast, and he has actually a media company. And I'm like, you know what? It's good to know I have a friend who owns a media company because maybe if they get big enough, he can just hire my ass.
Well, because you don't know other friends who own a media company. I mean, what the hell?
I've only been working there for 4.5 fucking years.
You're only on the leadership team, man. What the fuck?
I'm like the 3rd longest tenured person here. It's no, I joke because I like
if I went to if I went to your Slack right now, it literally says Jared leadership.
Yeah, I want to strike that on the record here because some of you motherfucking podcast hosts, not you, you're good, Andrew.
Okay.
Some of these bastards, legitimately, I will message them for like shows, and the fact that I've had to send out 3 reminder messages since this whole evaluations period started is getting annoying because when they're like, "Oh, Belly Up doesn't do anything for me," and this was actually a friend of mine who's also on the leadership board who said this, "Belly Up doesn't do anything for me." I am literally sending out messages for help.
And meanwhile, I'm just been you've asked me like 3 times, like 3 weeks in a row, and I've just been fucking busy on work trips or whatnot. And I'm finally like, I can make it tonight. Let's do it.
I know. And Ryan McCarthy's on his way at some point. I mean, I'm letting him savor his food. Listen, on my birthday episode, he showed up at like I think 7:50. There was 10 minutes left of the show, and I still was happy to have him. Because the rest of my schmuck coworkers all had dumb excuses.
Well, I don't think I was invited to your birthday episode, so now we're fighting.
You were.
I was?
When was it? You had a date or a work trip or something.
Oh yeah, I had a date. It was rare. I had a date.
This is March 17th. Either that or you were already at the bar drunk. I don't remember.
You know what? Both were fairly likely. I'm single now, so it makes sense. But
welcome to the club, kid.
Hey.
Oh my God. It's you know what the best part about this shit is? It's like the one part about right now, I'm currently running my podcast completely solo. And one of my friends on my show,
not easy for anyone listening.
It's not.
It's so hard to do.
Technically, I have 2 full-time jobs between leadership at Belly Up because I actually work at my job, and then I'm a contractor. So, 2, I am always doing something. And like one time, I'm literally sitting down, I'm playing Xbox, and one of my family members comes up, my sister-in-law, because my sister and my brother-in-law, they don't have laundry at their house, so they come to mine to do laundry. And so I'm literally sitting in my room just playing Xbox, just relaxing. I think I was baked off my ass at this point. I can't remember.
Right.
This is a few weeks ago. And I'm literally, or I might have been drunk. Either way, it was after I came home from the bar.
It might have been earlier for all you remember.
Yeah, no, I was working earlier because
oh yeah,
gainfully and somehow gainfully
contractor.
Yeah, right. Dude, literally, I was working in the Travelers building for the last 12 hours. I think I have steel wool splitter still in my fucking hand. But what cracks me up about this is like I'm sitting there just playing Xbox, and like she's saying like productive day. I'm like, listen, this is my first free time in like 6 days. I'm done. Okay, leave me alone.
It's real shit. Look, this is a hobby for pretty much all of us. Let's be honest. It's a hobby that is a dream to make it real as a full-time job. So, yeah, we have full-time jobs, and we do this in the background. Is what we do because we love it, and we love you guys, and we love entertaining.
Yeah,
and that man is in a cowboy hat right now because he just loves you all. So.
Also, because I was like kind of me and Kevin. So Kevin comes with my family every year on vacation. Like Kevin is basically part of the Clem family.
Oh, so okay. So you guys are like legit friends.
Yeah, no, we became friends through my cousin, and then he joined my show, and then we became best friends. Then we almost killed each other, and then we became friends again. And look at this handsome devil.
He's
showing up with the yeets on.
You're gonna have to cut me off and let me go get my yeets. You're gonna have to hide me. I'm gonna run out.
There we go.
You said cut him off. He did.
I know, right? Like I thought that was a pretty economic way of getting things across here. So,
right,
Ryan, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. You know, it's kind of an uneventful week in NFL action, but USFL's coming, so I'm happy about that.
Oh my God, Josh, trust me, we're talking about those mascots level. We were just doing our opening rants because I was joking about how basically so I sent out, I sent out my messages. Is that a switchback, good sir?
No, this is Argyle Brewing in Argyle, New York.
Ooh. Okay, I'm doing a hydroponic by Bad Sons here in Connecticut.
This is local brewery, so yeah, it's a winter warmer which I was supposed to get at Christmas, but unfortunately, COVID went around, so I couldn't go to my friend's house to get it.
Yeah, listen, if it makes you feel any better, my Christmas was ruined because of COVID because my sister and my brother-in-law got it, and they are basically my sanity at Christmas. Because literally I want to murder half my family anyway. I love them dearly, but if I hear one, okay, so Ryan, I do not I have no filter. I'm a very blunt person.
Yes,
it can rub some people the wrong way. In my family, being some of those people. Yes. Okay. I get shit from everything from my earrings to my tattoos to my political opinions. Basically, I just don't like government. Period. I don't like either party.
So you're the anomaly in Connecticut. It's either very Republican or very Democrat, and you're politically homeless. So like me. So,
well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was on the right side, but I never really felt like home to me.
Right.
I believe in gun rights. I've had this conversation with Kevin 1,000 times on the podcast, but I also believe in the right for you to grow weed and also other things. I believe in the right for any man, woman, 2x4 identifies as spaghetti meatballs, whatever the fuck you are. I agree with you to have the right to get married. I don't give a fuck what the hell or what you identify as. So it's to me, it's I am just sitting out in the middle, man, way out there. With my Hawaiian shirt, my bulletproof vest, and my AR-15. No, I'm just kidding.
I would love to identify as a meatball, but my body type is much more like a piece of spaghetti, so I'm gonna identify.
I'll be the meatball then.
You'll be the meatball, right? Okay.
Okay, so when you guys log on for your North Louisiana Football Alliance game,
welcome to Monday Night Mayhem. I'm the meatball McCarthy, and I got Mr. Noodle, Andrew Leduc with me. How are we doing tonight, folks? Let's get into some football action. Let's go.
You can call me Penne.
That has a Spanish connotation to it.
Penne Leduc is such
Penne Leduc.
It went Spanish to French in that word, and I love.
I got the Penne on now.
Penne means something Penne means something interesting in Spanish. So
we're referring to the penne pasta, of course, but
of course.
But hey, it's Latin.
No, Andrew's referring to his penne at this point.
They're both Latin-based languages, so it's no big deal.
Come on now, I'm single. We can't put it out in the public what I am. If someone.
Oh my God. I was hoping the show was gonna just get wild and wonky. And I said to Andrew in the beginning of the show, I said, "Why the cowboy hat? Because I'm firing from the hip on this episode."
Well, look, we're 15 minutes in. We haven't mentioned a single sport yet. So.
I'm still tweeting out the link for this fucking thing. Okay. Okay.
Don't worry.
Listen,
I ran the show today. I got you covered. Your link's been out there for at least 15 minutes.
I know. Listen, I used to have Samir to do this for me while I was in class, but then he just basically ran up and dipped on me. He's not completely dead to me. I still love the kid like a brother, but basically as a coworker, he's dead to me. JD is a lazy piece of shit, but I love him to death. Kevin is finding himself through taking time off, and I'm okay with that. Pat knows only pro football and some Army football, so he has the off season off. My buddy Matt, who's coming on the show, he just got his job at Metro North. He literally is working nights every night for the next 3-4 weeks. My other buddy Pat, he is getting married in September, so he's got wedding planning every night when he gets home from work. And then Savannah works Thursdays. So basically I have this ragtag group of people who've all agreed to come on my show because I just said, screw it. I went with the McAfee method. Let me call friends in for this because I'm just done dealing with people who I don't know and can't trust.
So for anybody who gave a shit, that's the rundown. Anyone who didn't care, you're stuck with us.
Yeah, right? Seriously. I'm literally about to put this in the Twitter feed so people actually start commenting on this fucking shit.
I'm just going to eat popcorn because I'm just the ragtag crew. So.
I mean, This kid gets in the damn episode. He goes, "Yeah, this is my 6th beer I'm cracking right now." I'm like, fuck, I'm behind.
Holy
Here we
cow.
go.
Listen, I've got to sit through a Jason Cooper meeting after this, and I love the kid to death, but
We all do.
him and his
I love
three-ring circus of a podcast. I'm gonna have to.
Like I said, I am proud to be part of that 3-ring circus. So don't you hate.
Well, listen, it's full of clowns. I say that with the hardest Yinzer accent possible.
You're not
I
a
noticed-
clown.
I
You're the
noticed
whole
that.
circus.
Although you
No,
said
that's
you're
just-
Northeast, you ain't no Yinzer. Are you originally a Yinzer? What are you?
No, I'm not. My roots are like rural Connecticut, going all the way back to Poland and like
Oh,
the
geez,
Nordic
okay.
countries.
So where
and
you
then
pull
you
the
have
Yinzer from then? I know Yinzer. My mother was born in
my
Yinzer
Lord
country.
and, my
so-
Lord and Savior Pat McAfee.
Oh, okay. My mother was born.
Like,
out there.
listen,
I got
my buddy-
a tight connection to Pittsburgh, so
My buddy's one of my best friends, Trevor. His nickname is Hammer Toes. So I literally when I'm hanging with him, I only call him Hammer Taz. And his girlfriend looks at me and goes, "The fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm like, "Alex, I'm speaking with a Pittsburgh Yinzer accent." She goes, "Oh, okay, I get that."
oh,
now."
okay, I got to know.
Yeah, I was like, did not get you were gonna understand that. But listen, speaking of not understanding, Andrew, I sent you that image. Let's talk about
Oh, yeah.
CUSFL mascots.
Hold on, let me
Shout
get
out
that
to our boys at Craft Brew Sports, Mike, Mookie, Scott, always guests of the show, friends of ours. So
Hold on.
they did the reviews of this. We're gonna just
gosh.
start this off the rip here. Okay. So here's my take on every single mascot here. That is the Pittsburgh Yinzers, not the Maulers. Let's start that off correctly.
That is TSS fantasy right there.
Yeah, that is- yeah. If TSS Fantasy was
If TSS
a
Fantasy
mascot,
were a mascot, that would be it.
not that knight that look like it's trying to hide its boner. It's that. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's go on to the next. Okay.
Okay. Then
generals.
the Washington trying to avoid lawsuits.
Washington,
Well, no,
that's
it's Jersey.
Jersey.
It's New Jersey Generals.
Who cares?
That's
They're
New
both they're both trying to avoid a lawsuit with how black that freaking mascot is. And then we have what in the hell Philadelphia is that?
That's shaved gritty. That's what that is.
Can I zoom? I don't think I can zoom. What is?
I don't think you can zoom. But
Is that the
I mean,
California
the people
Stars?
are-
Is that what that
no, it's the
says?
Philadelphia Stars.
Yeah, it's gritty if it were shaved down. Brought to you by Manscaped.
Yeah, gritty after a few shaves.
Can we just agree that this next one and then this bottom left one are gonna have to have a turf war? I mean, aren't they the same mascot?
I referred to this one before
Bandit.
as the Pittsburgh Peeping Toms. Literally, last night on Mike's show, their intern Caesar literally brought up a story how he was almost abducted at a food store because of that mascot. I was like, what the fuck is happening right now?
What?
And so, like, for me, it's like, I'm like, oh my God. Oh, it was just a weird
Jesus.
segment. And then the Las Vegas Gamblers, that's just the Las Vegas Mookies, let's be honest.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, no.
That's
If
Houston.
you don't think that Houston Gamblers, who cares? It's out west, and it looks like my good friend Mookie.
It looks like,
And then
it actually looks like a Dudley Do Right.
Totally too right.
fucking
Dudley Do
Brendan
Right.
Fraser's making the comeback, boys.
Oh my gosh. And then
Oh
Michigan
my God.
Panther, his
And then,
smile
okay,
is way
by the
too,
way-
way too
okay.
big.
That is the new Penn State mascot.
Yeah.
It looks like it's way too happy to hug your children.
So where the-
And then we have
figured-
the Hitler horse.
So where are the stallions from? I'm curious. Where are they from?
Birmingham.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
So-
speaking of white supremacy,
So
that's
the
got a Hitler
Stallions-
stash
the
on it.
Stallions here straight up stole this logo from a high school team here in New Hampshire. I 100% guarantee.
Yeah, they stole from a fucking high school, Andrew. Okay. Also, can we also talk about the fact that this dude's got a Hitler stash? It's a white horse, and that hair is kind of sus.
And the hand motion doesn't help it
The
either.
Birmingham white supremacists got it.
All right, can we go back to the Michigan Panther real quick?
Yes, go for
I
it.
just hope Jerry Sandusky's not in that costume because that smile is way too
He
big.
looks way too happy for what he went through.
He had a couple edibles before the game.
And then what's his last
Oh
one? The
my
New
God.
Orleans Breakers.
Yeah, it looks like somebody literally like mixed.
Isn't that a little insensitive? Isn't the breakers what freaking failed in Hurricane Katrina?
No, that was the levees.
The levees.
They're not called the New Orleans levees.
Oh my god!
Looks like you're going to go battle the cavity creepers. Use the crest.
Yo, listen, no, that literally looks like somebody like
guy.
It looks like you plucked a college fuckboy and the crest mascot and put them together, and that's what you have.
No, it looks like you gave someone a swirly in a fucking urinal with a urinal cake. That's what that looks like.
Jesus,
No,
how was your high school experience, Andrew?
It was great.
That's a swirly with one of those tablets in the bowl. It makes the toilet blue.
Well, yeah, that's a urinal cake, man. You stole my
No, that's
joke.
not a urinal cake. I'm referring to like the stuff you put in the.
Ryan knows what urinal
you
cakes are. He ate them in high school.
Only on a dare. Tastes like Canadian mints.
Or any more comments on the U.S.?
What makes it Canadian?
Because they're pink. They're the Canadian mint.
Oh, because Canadians are soft. I know.
It tastes like mint.
Oh my god!
This is a
Can we also
fantastic
just
episode.
establish the fact that I'm just happy football is back in like 4 days, but like these mascots are just utterly hysterical. I can't.
They're pretty good.
I still think the
alright.
best is the Michigan Panthers, Penn State Lions.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I'm sorry, the Penn State Handy Lions.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wow.
I'm not okay. So listen, I grew up around Penn State fans, so I've always been kind of a rebel as a person. If you guys haven't figured that out by now, by being friends with me for so long.
No.
So basically, any excuse to take a shot at Penn State is just like a chip shot for me.
I'm just okay. That's cool. That's how I feel about the Yankees. It's all good.
I'm a Diamondbacks fan. Are you kidding me? We're the ultimate rebels. We knocked them off after 9/11.
That was fantastic. I love
That sucked. It still hurts.
Dude, I was like 6
Still
years
hurts.
old, and I didn't get the ramifications of the fact that a little team from Arizona just knocked off the team America was rooting for after like the worst national tragedy in American history, besides maybe Pearl Harbor.
I was cool with it.
Of course you were, because Red Sox fans are fucking heathens.
Not heathens, but we know what we like.
I have watched you assholes at Fenway Park after
were terrible
games.
people. Come
Like,
on.
yeah, you guys have. I've watched you guys
kids, too.
beat people for wearing Yankee hats. Okay, listen, I'm an
I
Eagles
did
fan, so I
not,
shouldn't talk.
But there
Well-
are fans out there who have run over Yankee fans just because they're in a Yankees jersey.
Okay,
I
no,
can't
we
deny that.
also. I will say the worst fans of baseball are either Mets fans or Dodgers fans.
Well, so Mets fans just because they don't even know what the fuck they're rooting for at this point. So they
Okay,
just
listen, they are rooting for who is it, Steve Cohen, to literally shell out half a mortgage payment of his to help out that franchise. A-Rod goes, F you, I'm gonna go buy the worst team in basketball. Oh look, after 1 year in their fucking playoffs.
Yep.
A-Rod
And now the Mets are stuck with Steve. I paid Chris Chrissy D. What's his freaking name? Chris I can't remember his name. My boy Mike is his manager. Fuck, can't remember his name, but Chris Stefano, the comedian. Like I don't know if you guys have heard the story. He's on McAfee, and they were talking about how basically he had to do a private gig for Steve Cohen, and basically Cohen paid him off double to stop talking comedy after 15 minutes.
Wow.
And I love Chrissy D. He's fucking hysterical. But like, that's just the greatest thing. That's the most rich guy FU thing I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, I'm done with you. Here, take this money.
Yeah, take this money. I know what my wife pay you. All right, I'll double it.
Yeah.
But all right. So we talked a little sports. I got to voice an opinion here.
Speaking of comedians, guys, speaking of comedians, rest in peace, Gilbert Gottfried.
Oh, right? Jesus, right?
Yeah.
Cheers.
Here we go.
Rest in peace, the parrot from Aladdin.
Rest in peace. Now give me crackers.
That's a pretty good impersonation right there.
Thank you.
Wait, who are you referring to, me or Ryan?
You.
Thank you.
Oh, never mind.
Ryan just said his name. He didn't do an impersonation.
Yes, I did.
Oh, I didn't even hear.
I put my microphone. I put my microphone away from me, so
My
it would be.
favorite-
I wouldn't be as. I wouldn't kill your ears.
No,
I
I didn't
said,
even hear it. Okay,
"Rest
my
in
bad.
peace. Now give me crackers."
Yeah, I still like Jared's.
I need to listen. I need to listen to more.
I'm not loud enough. That's what
Anytime
it
he's
is.
in a roast, the shit he said was like it made me shiver in my boots a little bit because I have no fucking filter. But Gilbert Gottfried gave me the confidence to tell somebody they're a fucking idiot in public with no problem.
Look, he didn't even have to say anything that made sense. All he would have just his voice. He could have yelled, "Your bagel has jelly on it," and you would have fucking been like,
"Your bagel has jelly on it."
Bagel has jelly on it.
So my favorite part about Gilbert Gottfried was I remembered his voice. I never realized who he was until he did a cameo in the Texas episode of Family Guy, and that literally brought his comedy back to me. Then I saw him in remember when Comedy Central used to have some balls and do the fucking roast and shit?
Yes,
like
that looked great.
Yeah, so like literally with that. And I'm trying not to completely sound like Jabberjaw from fucking Scoreboard Addicts because I swear to God, the two of us sound very similar when I go on these rants. But I literally remember watching the Justin Bieber rant, or maybe not. No, it was Roseanne. The roast of Roseanne. Yeah. Oh my God. Besides the racist Obama tweets, like that shit was hysterical.
Look, the Justin Bieber one was good too, though. That was a
well. Watching Snoop Dogg just shit on him for 5 minutes, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure Snoop's got a body count. Bieber's like, I do too. No, Justin, not that body count.
Yeah,
not that kind of body count, Justin.
No, we're talking more of the Call of Duty type of body count.
Yeah, exactly.
They played they did a tribute yesterday on Louder with Crowder, and they had his roast of Hugh Hefner. He followed Ice-T. Oh my gosh.
Whoa, you brought up Louder with Crowder.
You might some of you on the F us home. And no, I can't say the rest, but I'll get canceled.
Yo, the fact you just brought up Louder with Crowder, Ryan, or probably got our show already kicked off YouTube.
One of the best ones is the Justin Bieber one. Whenever
Kevin, not your show.
Whenever Justin Bieber said, "I'm so," actually no, I think it was Pete Davidson. Pete Davidson said during the Justin Bieber one, "I'm so happy that Shaq's dick could be here," when he referred to Kevin Hart. That was one of the best moments in roast history. It was one of the best moments.
Oh my God. I was gonna say, speaking of comedians and clowns, I want to talk about Nick Wright for a second.
Okay, here we go. Yeah, we'll bring it back to sports.
Hey, don't keep talking like that, Leduc. Your New York accent might come back.
Okay, I'm listening.
So basically, my Timberwolves won their play game. I know you guys are both not basketball fans, but for me, I basically have been on a fuck LeBron, and that's basically my basketball opinion for the last 6 months. And then, like, I've been also rooting for my Timberwolves in the background. I also said Anthony Edwards will always have a better career than LaMelo Ball, and the fact that Anthony Edwards' team won on his performance and LaMelo Ball's did not, and the Timberwolves beat a better team. I rest my case. Anyway, so Nick Wright and the TNT clowns and that dickhead LeBron. Yeah, I just called him out on air. I don't care. We probably just lost our one viewer because of that.
He's coming for you.
Yeah.
Actually,
it's not Taco Tuesday. He's not leaving his house.
I do think this says 0 viewers. So
no, I'm literally just gonna get sued by Rich Paul tomorrow.
Yeah.
So basically, my biggest thing is with all this, because like Minnesota was celebrating because they made the playoffs. It was a playing game. It was huge. They lost their arguably their currently best player. I think in about a year, Anthony Edwards will be the best player in that roster by a fucking mile. That kid is the closest thing we're getting to Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan for a while. Like a 6'6" shooting guard with no fear, deadly range, and more explosiveness than a bag of dynamite. Yes, that is Anthony Edwards. But also with a swagoo to go with it, man. This dude just like this dude hits a 3 in LeBron's face and then does like the John Cena to him. I'm like, okay, this kid's my new favorite player. I love this kid already. But basically, Nick Wright, those clowns at TNT and LeBron and all these idiots, we're all ripping on like Pat Beverly and the boys. First of all, Pat Beverly, who was offered a benchwarmer's contract by the Clippers, goes, trade me. I'm not signing this. So they traded the Memphis. Memphis trades in the Minnesota
with dumbass Celtics.
He literally pulls them aside and goes, "Hey, idiots! What are your roles in this team?" 5 months later, Minnesota's in the playoffs for the third time in the last 20 years.
I don't know. The Celtics should have won and got him when they got rid of Avery Bradley, and they just didn't do it, and that's a shame.
That's just okay. Listen, you guys were too busy with doing your little quick switch with your coach and your GM. So
Look, I'm not an NBA fan, so I can't disagree with that. But.
It's okay. I don't have Kevin. This is why I'm kind of sad because I knew Kevin was going to go. Kevin, I don't know how he'd agree with this because he'd get mad at me for the Boston rip, but then he also hates Nick Wright. So it's like I don't know where he's going to lean on this one. I think his brain might implode. But anyway, so my favorite
blood come out of his nose. He's like, I can't.
No, just straight steam out of his ears, nothing else. Like the gears in his head are working too hard. But my biggest thing was Nick Wright's going around like Pat Beverly is a barely starter player. I'm like, he's a top 5 defender in the league, clown. Okay, go get on. Minnesota's celebrating like they just won the advance to the finals. All right, Nick, this is hard to understand with your chief bandwagon loving ass and the fact that you have been kissing Colin Cowherd's ass for the past 5 years. Congratulations. The Timberwolves have been garbage since I was in 3rd grade, okay?
True that.
They were okay. The only time they made the NBA, the Western Conference Finals, they had the best player in the world at that point, Kevin Garnett, 03-04 MVP, arguably the greatest season by power forward ever.
I'm gonna go down as a Celtic. It's all good.
Literally a guy who choked and beat up PJ Carlesimo, shots to Latrell Sprewell, and a man who, if he didn't blow his ACL, Minnesota probably an NBA ring right now because they were going to roll Detroit. That Lakers team was the lucky. Also, the fact that there's a lot of conspiracies that finals was rigged.
Well, that and the Western Final against Sacramento was also rigged.
That was 2 years earlier.
I know, but I'm just telling you because you mentioned conspiracies. So
yeah. Listen, everyone knows how much I love Kobe Bean Bryant. R.I.P. to the GOAT and fellow member of the tribe. But here's the thing: I hate the Lakers. The fact that they've ruined basketball in the Western Conference from basically 2000 to 2000. When did LeBron win his Mickey Mouse title?
2020.
Oh, I don't count that year. That year didn't exist. Because two things I despise in sports. LeBron James and the LA Dodgers both won fucking titles. So basically I refuse to acknowledge that year it existed.
Okay. You know what? I can't disagree with it.
Listen, Brady won his in 2021 technically, so it counts.
He sure did. But he wasn't with the Patriots, so I don't
But
count it.
all I gotta say is to everybody shitting on my Timberwolves for like celebrating. Guys, it's like if the Jacksonville Jaguars make the playoffs on a walk-off touchdown from Lawrence to Christian Kirk or a bomb 65-yarder, and yeah, they're probably going to get smoked by whatever machine gun of a team that it takes them on in the first round. But for Jacksonville, after having probably the most hilarious season in NFL history, it means everything to them.
Well, that's why the Colts hung a banner of what was it, the division champions or whatever it was.
Listen, real NFL franchises hang up division banners. They're half-sized. Then they hang up the real things, and then they hang up the rest of them. Like, okay, so I was at another state. I think at the Giants game, they had a wild card banner hang up for a while. I was laughing, only because it was their Super Bowl year, but at the same time, it was like. Yeah, but who hangs? I think the Jets hang up every time they go over 500.
That sounds about right.
Listen,
I knew I was going to set him off.
Look, the Jets hang up every time they have a first-round pick.
Hey, we got two first-round picks this year. I think this is the year things.
Okay, I should clarify.
Things really turn around.
Every time the Jets draft a quarterback in the first round, they hang up a banner.
You know what the problem is with the Jets? You know what's crazy about New York sports right now? If I was stuck, I had to. The only way I would survive in life is I either had to pick between the Giants and Jets. I had to be a fan of the two. I would pick the Jets right now because quarterback. I honestly would take the Jets.
Yeah,
I honestly would take Zach Wilson.
I do like Zach Wilson. I'm not gonna lie.
The fact that Joe Douglas is a way better GM.
Yeah,
I think Bob Sala is a better head coach right now. You have, running back the Giants win, but at least their receivers show up.
Jury's out.
If
Jury's
Barkley
out
can't
on
stay
Barkley,
healthy,
though.
do they?
Is Barkley going to be on the team by training camp?
Well,
I still think he's going to be a draft day trade.
It's not out of the realm that the Jets have the better team than the Giants.
If the Giants have him by week 1 of the regular season, they are the dumbest franchise in sports. They are not The Giants are not winning the NFC East unless there's an act of God for the next 3 or 4 years.
They don't stand a chance in the division. And
You have
what's a shame is
Philadelphia, who Howie Roseman's been sitting in the back of the room like Gomer from freaking Private Pile from freaking Full Metal Jacket, loading his magazine full of ammunition, all creepily, like he's like, "You guys all call me fucking crazy." And here's Howie Roseman in the back, loading up with weapons, ammunition, and draft picks. He's like, "I am going to make it 2001 through 2004 in this bitch all over again, where I dominate the division."
You know what's a shame is that the Giants really screwed it up because I think they actually had something in Daniel Jones. They just completely fucked it up. He had some potential.
Okay.
Look, do I think he was going to be like world beater, best in the league? No, but do I think he could have been a
I watched this man at Duke for 3.5 years as a Miami fan. I looked forward to playing Duke because I was looking forward to at least one pick six from Daniel Jones. And also one fumble that made no sense, which I knew the turnover chain was coming out at that point. Because I was like, what's happening?
I think he had the raw skills to have that honed in, though, by the right coach and by the right organization. Like, I think he had it where the Giants just weren't it. And that's it's a shame because we see that sometimes with players, and it's an absolute shame.
It's like a great tragedy because it's also a comedy.
Yes, exactly. Because now we can sit here and
look, see, I have some culture.
Your coach, your team didn't have a GM that literally flew to California on a bye week to watch Sam Darnold play.
Was that are you talking to me or you?
No, me. My team.
oh, my best part was yesterday. Dan Orlovsky referred to Kenny Pickett as Sam Darnold with less interceptions. I almost cried.
Holy
Shout out
God,
to Connecticut's on Dan Orlovsky.
That's not a great it's not a great endorsement.
I was crying. I couldn't stop laughing. I'm like, are you serious? This motherfucker just called him I see Ghost Darnold.
Yeah, I see exactly. I see ghost. Yeah,
it's not kids see ghosts. It's Sam sees ghosts.
Yeah, that was.
We had the T-shirt.
Literally the most. I know. I remember that T-shirt. Literally the most overhyped music album of all time between Kid Cudi and Kanye. I listened to the entire album and I'm like, do I have to be on LSD to listen to this shit for it to make sense or what?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm not a fan of either one of them. So anything.
Well, I mean, listen, 07, 08 Kanye, legendary.
Then the only Kanye song I ever enjoyed was Jesus Walks, and that was about it. So,
I mean, also I have one of the most diverse music taste you're ever gonna see. So that's kind of just the way I go with
fair.
it.
That's fair.
I listen. Listen, Ryan. I mean, country, soul, alternative, classic rock, rap music.
Yeah, I'm there Nordic, with you. I'm just not
Nordic
there with
and Celtic tribal because ancestry.
Celtic punk,
St. Patty's Day. That's all I listen to.
Thrash metal,
Okay.
EDM.
You got a little metal in there.
EDM,
screamo. Mixing the screamo. You got me mixed.
Maybe.
Why would I want to listen to
soundtrack music? Oh, movie theme music.
I will throw that in too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think Ryan. I think you've met your match, Mr. McCarthy.
Hey, I appreciate people who have just as an eclectic taste in music as I do.
I have like 32 different genres of music on my phone, and it makes no sense because when there's 4 different types of rap music, I think iTunes has lost their shit a little bit.
Yeah. Look, the way I like to look at it, I can turn on any radio station, and if a song's on that I enjoy, I have no problem leaving it on.
It's okay.
Matter what it is.
I one time referred to a very prominent rap artist. I think it was either Nas or like Snoop Dogg or whatever it was. Not Snoop. It was like Nas or
both pretty prominent.
Nas or Eazy-E or something like that. And JD literally goes, "Who?"
No.
So from then on, JD's contact in my phone is Patrick Starr walking under his little rock because I swear to God, JD lives under a rock when it comes to music. He literally knows who Taylor Swift is because of the memes, and that's about it. I don't know. I think this kid is the weirdest motherfucker I've ever seen in my life.
I don't know how you don't know who Snoop Dogg or Nas is. Even if you're not a rap fan, you've heard the names.
Literally, the Illmatic is one of the 5. If somebody asked me what's the 5 albums I would keep on me at all times, I said 1, the Black Album by Jay-Z. He's my favorite artist. It makes it's total like.
That's
it
fair
makes
enough. Okay.
Yeah. I actually had a tie, so I got in trouble for this. Then the Illmatic by Nas. Then Graduation by Kanye West. The Beggar's Banquet by my favorite rock band of all time, Rolling Stones. Minutes to Midnight by Linkin Park, because every song on that album is
Look,
masterpiece.
that is a good one. I do
And
agree
then
with that.
last but not least, Enter the 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay. I do not disagree with the Minutes to Midnight. That is a very underrated
That
album.
is part of my childhood right there.
Yeah, that's a very underrated album. So Meteora was more of my childhood when it comes to Linkin Park. Minutes to Midnight was a bit more of my late high school career.
Mm-hmm.
But
God, I forget how much you fucking guys are old, man.
Yeah, I'm 32. You said what? You're 27. So yeah, Meteora was a bit more of my childhood.
Meteora
but
was
Minutes to Midnight was like the rejuvenation of Linkin Park for me. That's what that was.
Listen, when Chester died, I was in shock for like a week.
Oh, that killed me. Yeah, I hated that.
Meteora was my soundtrack for the 2003 Stanley Cup New Jersey Devils run.
There we go.
That was my soundtrack.
That is also a fantastic album. Every song on that album just
every track is
okay.
just dynamite.
So I have to come up with 3 soundtracks then, because my team's won 3 times since I've been born. So.
Oh, well, you're not a New England fan, obviously.
I'm a Yinzer when it comes to hockey, baby. I'm a Yinzer when it comes to hockey, baby.
Look, I got the Bruins, I got the Celtics, the Pats, and the Sox.
Okay, listen. So I've actually been pretty lucky. In my lifetime, my Hurricanes have won, Diamondbacks have won.
Fake titles.
Shut the fuck up. And then my Eagles have won. God bless, one of the greatest days of my
title.
life. Fake title. Brady fears the Eagles for a reason, man.
No, Brady doesn't fear the Eagles. The New England defense, who couldn't stop shit that game, feared the Eagles.
No, Brady literally said it on the Manning cast when they were doing like their golf thing.
Yeah.
He started making jokes about Eli and the Giants, and he goes, "Nah, it's the Eagles who I fucking get scared of."
Well, that's because Nick Foles caught the touchdown pass.
Also,
Brady
it's because the Eagles fucking hit him.
That's also true. That game
Eagles
pissed me off so much.
The Eagles have been the one team for some reason in Brady's career, like they will make him walk away with a beating. Okay, yeah, I think every team in my life, the only team in my lifetime who has not won that I root for is the Minnesota Timberwolves. My North Carolina Tar Heels for basketball only, because I hate the college for every other sport. It's a weird story. I've told Ryan this before. They were grandfathered in because when I was a little kid, it was the only team I understood for college basketball. But they have won 3 times in my life. Every title has been more enjoyable. Listen, I'm still not over what happened last Monday. I still want to punch every Kansas fan in the face.
They weren't supposed to be there, and they made it there, so that's good
I know.
for them.
But I would have won $2,000 fucking dollars if they won on a $17 bet.
Well, it was like my Masters weekend, except I won it, so you did.
Oh, go fuck yourself, Andrew.
That's right. Check out the Divots and Pivot show. You win money with me.
Yeah, I actually listened to that show. Surprisingly, I don't want to hate my life that much though.
Oh wow, jeez, ouch.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. There's about 5 shows I actually listen to a belly up. You two dummies, I love your shows dearly. I love Ryan's show because Ryan's show can surprise me because it's like a variety hour. I don't know what direction it's going to. He either has a great interview or him and a random person or himself just start making me laugh or talking sports. I love Craft Brew because I'm friends with all those guys.
Yep.
Also because my comments make that show.
That's true.
Literally last week I had their guests swearing about how much LeBron's a bitch. A bit. Why am I fucking spelling it?
Well, yeah,
LeBron's a bitch.
Wow.
And
you
Kobe's
said every
better.
other word.
And LeBron and Kobe's better because he is better than LeBron. I will stand on that mountain with a mountain of ammunition and defend myself.
I'm there with you.
Did you watch Mike's rant last night?
Oh my god, it was hysterical.
President.
Yeah.
Oh, I caught the replay on Twitter. I'm like, wow.
Well,
Mike just.
I was also waiting for Mookie just to interrupt him and be a dickhead about it. But
No,
he was waiting.
He just let him go.
He was holding his tongue. And I also love how Christian wasn't there yesterday. I think I pissed off Christian so much he didn't come back this week. Because Christian basically kisses LeBron's feet. So me, like, literally just taking a giant dookie on the guy he idolizes is kind of like. But also, then again, me and my former co-host and one of my best friends, Kevin, me and him have been driving the anti-LeBron train for like the past 5 years.
I'm fine with it.
He was dead to me. I actually used to be a LeBron fan. I'm like, hey, tag along. There he is. Yeah, I don't know where Ghost is, buddy. I'm sorry, your little friend ain't here. I don't know where the fuck he's at.
I don't have cats.
Yeah,
don't
I have.
dogs.
So
I have kids. That's all I need.
Yeah, Andrew, I have a cat.
They're two-legged menaces rather than four-legged menaces.
I have. Well, Ryan knows this. I have a cat that's literally the size of a fucking bobcat, and he's just growing. Yeah, he's 19 pounds and growing, and he has the love for biting and scratching and eating everything in sight. He cleared out his food bowl in a day and a half, and I'm like, oh fuck, here comes growth spurt too. Yeah, Ryan, I have a feeling I'm gonna have to start walking him on a leash now.
Oh boy,
if he gets over
the neighborhood a couple times,
if he gets over 25 pounds, I'm gonna have to, because if he gets that big at his size, I'm gonna be screwed. He's gonna need to be like outside, like getting exercise.
Hopefully he's not diabetic. He'll give him diabetes shots.
No, he's not. He's a freak of he's a freak athlete.
Yeah,
he's a freak athlete.
He's weird. So
you mean he's a freak cathlete? Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. So like he sits down. Okay, so he gets his little tiger pose, and you see his muscles through his fur. I'm like, dude, I need your trainer, man. Shit.
Yeah, tag along sometimes when he's up on his hind legs and just looking out the window. Like I swear he's like part pit bull, because he's got that got those muscles in his back and his shoulders.
Where's he?
A little bodybuilder.
Yeah, it's just so Ryan. Blue
turns,
Point or Guinness? Ryan, your choice.
Blue Point.
There
Blue Point.
go.
Yeah, Blue Point.
Spectral Haze. Solid beer.
Yum yum yum.
Actually, Tags turns 10 on Wednesday.
Damn, he's a fucking dinosaur.
You gonna have a birthday stream?
Maybe. We'll see.
There you go.
We'll see.
Yesterday was the 1-year anniversary of when we adopted Ghost.
Nice.
Back then, he was the size of this beer can. Little did I fucking know.
About 2 weeks ago is when it was the 3-year anniversary of me realizing 2 kids was enough.
Ryan, I say this all the time.
Was that bad?
Ryan, I say this all the time. Thank God I don't have kids yet. I'm not ready. I like the other day, I said something to I literally said it to my sister, because my sister, she's more of a hard ass than I am when it comes to disciplining pets, kids, whatever. I said, you realize if I have kids and we're living within 50 miles of each other, I'm just going to send them to you if me and my wife don't want to do anything. Because I don't want to I'm either going to cuss at them like I'm a drill sergeant, or I'm going to just send them to you and you can scar them for life by making them do hard labor.
It's a hard line to walk as someone with that experience.
Also, dude, like, you're also in a completely different arena here because you're a divorced dad. So you have to walk one of my friends is one of my best friends is in the same boat. And I talk to him all the time about it. He goes, it's a blessing and a curse. One, because I don't have to hear my ex-wife in my ear every day. But at the same time, it's like, I hear it from my kids once they get old enough. That's the problem.
Yep.
And I was like, Jesus. And also, his ex-wife is literally the devil. So, but
there we go. Okay. much like that girl I told you about that I was talking to Jared.
I really refer. I think in my phone she saved as Satan's niece.
Oh Jesus.
Oof.
Good shit.
Yeah. All I will say is just like with cats. I will say this though. It is the most basic. Transition. It's the most basic white guy take on the planet to say cats are lame, dogs are better. It's like, congratulations. You probably think country sucks. You probably have at least one Barstool podcast subscribed to, and you think Bud Light's a good light beer. You are lame.
Bud Light's water.
Fornication in a canoe.
But Bud Light is basically rice piss. That's what it is.
The lightest beer I go to is Bud Heavy. That is the lightest I go.
Listen, my uncle can only drink that because of his gout, and that's all we drink on Easter. And you know what? Me and my cousins slam Budweiser like it's our job.
Little Bud Diesel,
little Bud Diesel, baby.
If I know I'm gonna be drinking all night, Bud Diesel is my safety.
No, listen, if I gotta go all night drinking, it's either Coors Banquet or Natty or Busch Light. That was my go-tos.
Oh God, I haven't had a Busch Light since.
Okay, so I have a hard.
Did you go Gold Tops?
I have a hot
Busch Light.
I have a hot take. Busch Light is what Bud Light should taste like.
Look, it has more flavor than Bud Light.
Oh, it does.
It's the same company.
And so
How
does
does it
Natty
taste
Light.
better?
Okay, out of all three, Natty Light, Busch Light, and Bud Light has the least amount of taste. Natty Light, you have to drink ice cold or else it tastes like shit.
Yes.
We all know this.
Yes. But at
Busch
least when it's
Light-
ice cold, it tastes like something.
Busch Light, you can taste it's semi-cold, it's still good. Lukewarm, hold your nose, knock it back, it's easy. But I started drinking Busch Light.
Like Kev's mom.
Wow! Jesus, he's not even here.
I had to.
Oh my God, we bring it back.
Joke on the board.
We're good. We bring it back.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I look fucking jacked right now. Let's go.
You do look Jack. Jeez.
Damn.
My arm's down.
No, but listen. Okay,
What has
so
this show become tonight?
this is what happens, okay? When I run the show, it's pure anarchy and fucking chaos.
I think we've talked about sports for about 5 minutes.
Who fucking cares?
Who
Don't matter.
cares?
Literally. Okay, the week before my birthday episode, when me and Kevin actually had to talk football for like an hour and 20 minutes, which honestly was great. I had me, Scott, and Mookie, and the three of us literally just bullshit about sports. And like, I think Mookie made about 4 dick jokes and referenced porn 15 times. And it was still, and me and Scott were dying. But the thing is, like, I joke with Mike Burlon all the time because I consider Mike, Scott, and Mookie all good friends of mine, right? I joke with Mike all the time. We were doing his pod evaluation. I FaceTimed him because I'm like, hey, dickhead, why don't I just do this right now? Let's just get this over with. And his fucking kid's in the background. So I couldn't curse as I want to. And I'm literally sitting there. I'm like, you realize like just Scott and Mookie are just like perfect human beings as to be co-hosts on any show. Because, hey, Ghost is here.
Hey.
Come here, buddy. Ryan wants to say
here we
hi.
go.
Hey, come here.
We have another pussy sighting this.
Wow. I was waiting till one of you idiots said that shit. Okay.
I left it to Penny Leduc.
Jesus.
Micro Penny Leduc.
Oh, come on.
Sorry. It was a lot. It's okay. It's okay. One of my good friends, Campbell, his last name is Tort. So in my phone, because of the SpongeBob reference, his name is Campbell Tortellini in my phone.
Wow.
Also, because
Wow.
I just
You can just call me Linguini Leduc.
Linguini. There we go.
Leduc.
He's as tough
No,
as
you know what?
he's
Delete
as
that.
tough as the
Delete that.
boiled noodle.
I don't want that. Delete that from existence.
Oh no, it's live. You're
I
fucked.
don't want that.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ghost
shit.
is in a mood right now. Ryan, he's on the his little pedestal across my office right now. Eating a stop eating the tape.
Wait, you put your pussy on a pedestal?
Wow.
I haven't done this in a while. Yeah, usually I need Jade.
I know how to
JD
use
be here.
StreamYard, bitch.
That's okay. It still worked. Listen, it shut you up for 30 seconds. No, listen. Back when JD was one of my co-hosts, JD he'd get on a rant about something. I tried to be making a point, and JD would interrupt me and start talking, and I'd always get annoyed, and me and Kevin would both just mute him, and he'd get so mad. And Kevin
I think I was one of those streams once.
you were on one of these, and he got so upset.
It was.
He threatened to quit.
Oh.
Oh, that's funny. That's good. So look, sometimes there's power in the mute button.
Oh, I know. What's great is like the one time I felt so bad. Maybe the worst guest spot I ever had, and it wasn't even his fault. It wasn't his fault at all. It was probably his connection was kind of spotty, and also my idiot ass didn't tell him we were picking college bowl games. And this guy knows about jack shit about college games. It's Mr. Jason Cooper. I felt horrible because unfortunately it was the one time he could make it on my show.
He's a good bullshitter though. At least he can.
I know he is, but I felt horrible because he didn't know jack shit about these bowl games that Kevin picked. Kevin picked like fucking App State versus like UL Monroe and shit. I can't even name a fucking player on either team. And I was just like, Kevin, what the fuck? And of course, me, JD, and Samir, and everyone were all hammered. Or at least like in the Samir isn't because he's underage at the time. Me, Kevin, and JD
Nice.
and Pat were all fucking hammered. And there's Jason, like, the fuck am I doing here in an elf costume? Literally just like, I think people got to understand this about the Corner Booth is that the whole point why I started the show is so that I get people as their real selves when they get at a bar. This is the Andrew I get at a bar. I can't wait to have a fucking beer with this asshole.
Hell yeah.
I have Ryan on the show every other week because I enjoy his company and because I feel a little better about myself as a holy man because I'm next to a chaplain.
Look, I'm sometimes down in your area for work. We'll meet up sometime.
Yeah, anywhere, like literally anywhere on the eastern side, on the western side of Connecticut, we're good.
All right, yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
I'm not that far away either. I'm in upstate New York.
How far up in upstate?
Well, that's pretty fucking far away from Western Connecticut.
Actually, only about a 2-hour drive.
So you're gonna drive 2 hours for a beer? I mean,
mind.
if you are, great. I'll take
driven-
it.
I've driven farther for a date. Let's be honest.
Well, this is true. Yeah.
Me too.
I mean, I was dating her already.
In another
But-
country, no less.
Oh no, Ryan! I did a job up in Clinton, New York. Okay, I've driven into New York.
No,
The
I get
depths of New York.
Clinton,
That's like
that's
past Utica, where the population is 85% cows, and then the rest
Yeah.
is people.
The only was a road trip was Utica, right? The only reason why people know that that town.
Also, I think somebody told me it's like the highest suicide numbers in the entire East Coast or something
Oh,
like
wow.
that. I was
Well,
like,
that
that's
took a
fucked.
That
Not
took a fucking
surprised.
turn with 4 minutes left in the show. Jesus.
I'm not surprised.
4 minutes. We're an hour and a
4
half,
minutes.
motherfucker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You got another
34 minutes.
hour and 4, at least.
Oh,
Listen,
I only clocked in for 4 more minutes. So I'm kidding.
Oh my god, it's okay. Me and Ryan can hold our own. We've done it
All right.
before. No, my favorite part about I don't even know what the fuck we're talking about at this point. Trying to run it
Utica,
back.
I think it was the last thing we mentioned.
We mentioned the suicide rate in Utica. Jesus. All right. Speaking of like horrible things,
Speaking of suicide rates,
yeah, Washington,
sure bets.
Oh, yeah,
Washington fans and Daniel Snyder.
Yeah. Daniel Snyder, what a piece of shit human being he is.
Yo,
Huh?
okay, so we all know he's a sexist, racist piece of shit. We all knew this was
Yeah.
gonna happen, right?
But now this finally.
Now the fucking feds, one of the most corrupt governments in the first world, is now taking him to school.
says, no, you broke the rules.
Yeah, you can't violate our tax code. Only we can do that.
Yeah. It does say
Also,
something though when it takes
anybody
this to
else
be the
wa-
legitimate reason why he might get
I
removed
want to
as an owner.
see Jerry Jones the next time he walks. Dan Snyder walks in, because Jerry Jones is a gentleman. He won't hit his wife. He'll be like, "Where's Daniel?
Where's Daniel Snyder? I need to.
Where is your husband, Daniel?" Jeffrey Lurie's gonna sit there in the corner like, I wonder what I could be doing instead of this right now.
Yeah.
And then Bob Kraft goes, guys, we'll settle. Good old rub and tug instead. It's okay.
Don't hate on my Bob.
Let's tug it out. The Ford family's like, wait a minute, we're still owners?
Have you ever heard the audio of I forget what the name of the show is, but he was on like some sneakerhead show.
Who, Bob?
Yeah, because apparently he's like a big.
Oh,
like,
he's a
hip-hop
huge
scene
sneakerhead.
In sneakerhead scene, like those are like his two big scenes. The audio of him in a sneaker store is fucking hilarious.
Oh my god! Because one, he literally could buy the entire store, and it wouldn't even like make a register on his credit card.
Yeah, exactly. And meanwhile, he's
I'm a huge sneakerhead. I have like 35 pairs of sneakers and boots and cleats and everything else.
I cannot.
Yeah, like literally, I actually like if I wear a pair of Jordans tomorrow, I won't wear them again for like 10, 15 days if I kept them in a rotation.
Well, shit. Okay. I don't.
And
care
I
that
also
much
like
about
wearing.
my
I also am a
shoes.
gentleman of culture and of the country, so I wear dress boots a lot.
Okay. Hey, dress boots I can get behind. That's
Dude,
classy.
I'm telling you, I'm literally trying to see if I can get a hold of my friends over at Thursday Boots because I love everything they sell. By the way, they're the best dress boots I've ever purchased, and I'm buying another pair in like a month because I love them that much.
Okay. I don't think I've ever heard of Thursday Boots, but I'll have to check them out.
Handcrafted in New York, man. You can't beat it.
It's like an advertisement.
Dude, I'm telling you, I'm literally at this and Alpha Brain are like the two things I actually want to sponsor my podcast. Because literally, my ADHD is so fucking bad. I need Alpha Brain to survive during the week.
That's what I take meds for.
Yeah, I this is my this and the green stuff and Alpha Brain are my meds.
I take meds to avoid those other two options.
Yeah, no, I'd rather take the ones that are actually from the ground, not from some fucking factory with a fat cat stuff in his pockets. Fuck Big Pharma.
No, I know. I get it. They help.
All right.
Dan Snyder, though, what a shithole, huh?
Dude, okay, so I'm trying to understand. Like, I get, okay, so my favorite part about all this is I listen to, you guys know I'm a religious listener of McAfee every day, right? Yes. So he called his own CFO on the phone middle of the episode and goes, hey, how hard it would be to do double books like they're alleging they did. Yes. And he goes, it would take an entire staff of people, and then you'd have to pay off that entire staff of people with the money to make off the second book.
I had that same exact thought. It seems like a lot of hassle.
Okay, so I almost wish, this is why I wish Kevin was here. This dude has an accounting degree. He can tell us how fucked up this is. Like, my idea of hiding money from the government is doing all my jobs for cash.
Well, that's the same way to do it, I guess you can say.
Yeah, but it's like, that's different. Or spending my money way too fast for it to register my bank account. That's another one.
Fairly common.
Yeah, so my biggest thing is with the Daniel Snyder incident is like, he's got to have to sell the team at this point. I don't care if he's Goodell's boy or not. Like,
I don't see how
they're gonna have to make him.
He has to. Like, they're like, now you're stealing money from your cohorts. Now you have to go. It's I honestly, I think about it right now. It's like Washington is just a meme of a franchise. You have Carson Wentz, who is on his last leg.
Literally his last leg.
Listen, if Carson Wentz does not succeed in Washington, he will either be an XFL quarterback within the next 5 years, or will be the hunting ambassador for Amazon full time.
Or he'll be in the CFL.
I feel like he'd play in the XFL or the USFL before he was CFL. Doesn't have to change citizenship, Ryan. Ryan, how much you love our neighbors to the north, and shout to Rod Peterson.
Yep, absolutely.
But besides Rod Peterson, Sidney Crosby, and Drake, I wanted to take a
Drake watch.
Listen. Also in the GOAT himself, Ryan Reynolds. I really listen. I refer to Canada as North Montana just to piss my Canadian friends off.
It's America's hat.
Exactly. We are the best. The reason nobody's gonna ever fuck with Canada besides Justin Trudeau is because we are the best security blanket you can have.
Right.
55% of our citizens own guns. I'm part of that percentage. It's like, are you serious? No one else
borders them except for us.
Yeah, we're the best. Like, yeah, what borders them? Frigid icebergs, Alaska, and us. Canada has the best natural defenses of all time. It's called rednecks with weapons. Howdy.
And half of northern Mexico is that too. So
no, Mexico. Mexico is South Arizona and then Kilo Town.
Okay.
The fact that Mexico is now suing the American gun manufacturers is the dumbest lawsuit I've ever seen in my life. I'm like,
really?
You really must be strapped for cash at this point if you're really suing a gun man. They're suing every American gun manufacturer from Glock to Smith & Wesson. Just like, because apparently...
just call it even for the drugs?
Yeah, it's like you've been flooding fentanyl in our fucking country for the past 20 years. But yeah, guns are the problem down there. Maybe the fact your government's dog shit? I don't know. We've had politics in sports stuff. This is crazy.
Super corrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. No. When my father worked in package design his entire life. Right. One of his biggest clients is Jose Cuervo. He's known Jose Cuervo's CEO for the past 30 years, and dude's got to have an armored Porsche to go to and from work.
Jeez.
I mean, armored is in like what you see in like the military movies,
like Fast and Furious.
like Andrew, it weighs an extra 3,000 pounds from the armor and the bulletproof glass.
That's ridiculous.
Believe it.
That is. Yeah. I believe it too, but that is just stupid.
That's like the limos that the president has.
Oh, the third biggest. I think I once I've heard like one of the 5 biggest imports to Mexico is Kalashnikovs. I'm not even kidding.
Jeez.
But I heard that somewhere, and I'm like, that does not surprise me whatsoever. But all right,
But
Andrew.
back to Dan Snyder real fast. I hate that
Yeah.
it's gotten to financials to be the point that people are like, okay, he needs to be removed
It's
now.
the
Like,
most
what about all the other
American
shit he
thing
did?
I've ever heard in my life. Is that the
What
fact
about
this
the
guy
other
is such
shit?
a scumbag. But what gets him is money.
It's just such a bad look. It is so bad look for the NFL.
You really
for
think
owners.
the NFL gives a fuck about
No,
bad
they
looks at this
don't.
point?
No, they don't at that, and that's the problem. But
Here's the
it's
problem.
It sucks.
I
that
also
that's
had
what it's
one
come to.
motherfucker tell me it was like, okay, Colin Kaepernick got blackballed. Oh, he probably did for the first 2 years. But then also, once a quarterback who tapered off talent wise, because he did. You watch his last starting season.
Yeah.
Like, listen, yes, Colin Kaepernick got blackballed for the first 2 years. We all know he did. It's not rocket science to figure that one out. Regardless of which side of the aisle you lean, like, even my fucking right-wing boogaloo boy friends and my left-leaning friends, they were all at my house for my birthday party. They were saying the same because Kaepernick came up and they both said the same thing. He sucked his last year.
Look, my problem, so I don't disagree with the fact of his skill tapering off there. My biggest problem with Kaepernick with all that thing is, if he chooses to protest the way he chose to by kneeling, I don't care. It doesn't bother me.
He has the right to.
But
it's part of his
exactly, he has the right to. But if you're gonna take a stand for something and tell other people to stand for something, then you're gonna not freaking choose your right to vote. You should shut your mouth. If you're not gonna vote, shut your mouth.
Listen, vote right, vote left, vote middle. I don't care.
I don't care. Just vote.
vote.
But don't tell
Just
other
vote.
people to vote and stand for something if you're not going to then use your right to vote. Like, that makes no sense to
One
me.
of my friends said I didn't vote. I'm like, why? He goes, because I hate both. I'm like,
It's not a reason.
that's not a reason. It's literally what our founding fathers fought for. And
it's our given right as Americans. It's the first right we're given.
Literally,
when we turn 18. Like,
my father used to have a political t-shirt company, and one of them was like, and on the back it said "fucking vote," not "fucking vote," it said "vote," but like,
yeah.
In the Jared speak, it says "fucking vote." But it's like the thing is like I've driven. I was at school in New Haven. I drive 35 minutes to my house to go vote because it was my duty, and also to keep Hillary Clinton out of the office.
Look,
That
New
woman,
Haven, New Haven is a special place. I'll tell
oh
you
my
that.
God, I love that city. So listen, everyone's like, oh, everyone's got that one shitty city they love, like New Haven, Connecticut.
That's fucking New Haven. I get the shitty part. I don't get the love part, but I'll roll with you. That's fine.
College boys, Yale girls, how bunch of pussies Yale boys were. Also because you had an Eblin's like 6 blocks from my house, so getting a pair of like New Jordans or Nikes, whatever, was easy. No, the fact that New Haven PD were actually really chill. Also, Southern, besides the fact that their journalism department owes me literally owes me money back for how shitty they treated me after I left their program. I love Southern, the school. I hate their journalism program. Like, literally, if Belliot makes it big, right? I will literally say
it's when, not if.
It's when.
No, exactly when.
It's when. When Belliot makes it big, and because Mike has put enough trust in me that I'm a good enough podcast development director that I am somehow good enough to keep my job and make some money off this. I will literally tell Southern's journalism department to go F themselves. Because you assholes basically said I'm no better than a salesman. I
will endorse you if that happens as a
God bless.
podcast that is under your wings. I will endorse that.
I second
white
that.
ass wings, baby. Yeah. Okay. Me and Andrew's podcast evaluation meeting, by the way, he was guest hosting on my show, and we talked for 20 minutes about his show, and then I started the show.
That's pretty much it.
And by the way, I'm just gonna give you both my cell phone numbers. The matter of times I talk to you guys, I feel like just hitting you guys on Slack gets fucking annoying.
Yes.
So I'm just gonna give you guys my cell phone.
I have to scroll through the alphabetical order on my freaking phone.
You two and Kelsey. Like the fact that I think Jade has my fucking number is scary, right?
Because she's from Canada?
No, because she's a horrible human being.
Oh.
That woman literally made my skin crawl.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know her, so I'm not getting involved.
No, Ryan knows her very
this was
well.
this was pre.
This is pre-pandemic, Belly.
This is pre. I joined like right as the pandemic was starting.
I haven't even been belly up for a year, so I don't even know.
She basically implied our boss was a racist.
Oh, well, that is some bullshit. I can tell you that right now.
The only thing Mike gets angry about is money. That's it. Basically, Mike is the best businessman I've ever met because he is all nice and jokes and kidding around until you screw this company and then the fangs come out. He's the best boss I've ever had.
Because we're all a fucking team. And
Exactly.
he understands that. So we look out for each other. If you don't, then that's when he has a problem with you.
No, so shout out to our boy Mike. I've been trying to get Mike on the live stream, but I feel like his Wi-Fi would kick after 5 seconds.
Should unplug the internet. This already spotty internet he has.
Yeah, his wife unplugged the internet
Love you,
after about 5 minutes.
In his closet.
Love you, Mike. I haven't talked to Mike.
Yeah, the few times I've seen him on camera, he's
I
in
haven't
a
talked to
closet.
Mike in like 2. This is the longest I've gone out without talking to Mike. I talked to Blaine yesterday. I've not talked to Mike in like months. Like 2 weeks. That's crazy.
I just talked to Mike the other day, so
he hasn't shot me yet, so that's the good news.
Well, that is good news.
Well, I mean, the dude basically told me at the beginning of 2021 he almost fired me for how bad of an employee I was. I'm like, yeah, that tracks.
Wow.
And now look at you. You're still on.
Well,
the
no,
leadership
listen,
team.
And you're still there.
Listen, in the leadership meeting, he basically told me, I know Jared's let you all down at one point or another. I'm like, and I was like, yeah. That's the most realistic thing somebody said about me. But that's what dude, 2020.
That's par for the course.
2020, I was one of the so after I started working like a lot after the pandemic started slowing down a little bit, or at least they stopped trying to restrict our freedoms like a bunch of Russians. Basically, or Canadians, sorry. Basically, I was like not working a lot and I was just not following through on shit. And Mike had every right to fire me, and he didn't because he believes in me as a person. And I'm like, God damn. Like, I owe this man everything because this is like everyone knows this. Doing a podcast for a living is my dream. Yeah. Working at a sports media company where I don't have somebody's agenda up my ass is my dream. I would
like to think that it's all of us who are involved. It's all of our dreams. I know it's mine too.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think
mine too.
I literally, when I was 22 years old and realized public relations was not going to work for me, I was like, because one, I'm not good with the public. I am way too blunt for it.
No shit.
Really? I couldn't tell.
I failed out of my public relations class.
You would not be a good politician.
Professor Warren, listen, Professor Warren, I hope you're doing okay. You are a G and a gentleman. I love you. You gave me the best advice ever. Dude, you're too blunt for this. I'm like, yes.
I never would have. If you would ask me to guess your college degree, I never would have thought that you went to college for public
journalism,
relations.
baby. Because what a real journalist should be: blunt, annoying, and does not give a crap about your agenda.
And
so
truthful.
Howard Stern.
And truthful.
Shout out to fucking the mop with a fucking dude, man.
That's why I like the morning show here.
That man weighs $110 and half that's his hair.
You might catch it down in your area, but I love the morning show up here in Boston, the 98.5, the Toucher and Rich show, because that's how they are. They just don't give a shit. They talk about real stuff, and they're blunt, and they just have fun, and that's what they touch on sports every now and then.
Yeah, because once you get far enough away from the city, it's like nobody gives a shit about your opinion anymore.
We have entertaining stuff though.
We have Ian and Lou and Danbury, and then we have the one that what's that? Fuck, I can't remember the name right. We have a actually pretty famous rock show at PLR. I can't remember the fucking name right now. Anyway, either way, my mom knows. My parents fucking know the guys who host the show, and it's hysterical. There's one who lives in my town, but whatever. Either way, any other sports stories we want to bring up before we bring up the Korner Booth dartboard for the last 10 minutes?
The Masters were great. I won a lot of money, so I'm happy.
Yeah. Okay. So
yay golf.
Yeah.
I lost $10.
So Tiger Woods is basically a family friend of a friend. Like one of my mother's best friends is is Tiger. Okay, so
how are you supporting the network if you've not told one of the premier golf shows on the network this?
Okay, when I told you when his caddy Joe LaCava, who I've known since I was 7 years old, comes on my show, Andrew, you're coming on my show with me to help me host it.
Fantastic.
I made you this promise a month ago, and it still stands.
You did. I'm messing with you. You did.
I know. Okay, so Joe LaCava, who's Cody, I've known since I was like 7 years old. His mother, his wife, is my mom's co-manager at her job. The two of them are very close. They're very good friends. Megan, his wife, is one of the sweetest ladies I've ever met. I grew up with his daughter Lauren and his son Joe Jr. They are both great people. It's a great family. And everything I've heard about Tiger as a person makes me love him more because how much he's taking care of Joe and his family and how much he's just a good dude. The media spins a bad image of Tiger and it pisses me off.
The media's job.
Well, fuck the media. They're racist as shit. They're the real racist. Listen, that's me as a libertarian saying that. You know it's right. So it's like, to me, it's like I look at Tiger Woods, right? So like watching him play, which has made me happy. Listen, good shout to Scotty Scheffler though. Just like keeping his cool and just delivering.
Nailed it.
Somebody told me I should have put money on Scotty Scheffler at one of my buddies I was golfing with, and I just ignored him. And then I was like, I put 10 on Tiger like a fucking asshole.
Well, yeah, that was a dumb bet. I would have told you that.
Listen, that would have been the greatest comeback in sports. That would have been the greatest comeback in sports.
Yes,
and you know it.
Oh, at 100. Oh, I'm not doubting that, but I know
that would have been better than 28-3, down 3-0 to the Yankees. Everything Boston clamors their dick about.
It would have been better than his 2019 comeback to winning the Masters. Like it would have been the greatest feat in sports history, probably. Definitely. But it wasn't going to happen. And now there's silence.
Sorry, I'm busting my buddies because they were both posing in the mirror shirtless at the gym.
They deserve to be busted.
Yeah, listen, because I literally benched the two of them to combined as my max weight.
Oh my God. If I pose in the mirror shirtless at the gym, I'm breaking the mirror. That's what's happening.
Listen, you guys just saw me like
put my shirt back on.
Listen, you guys saw me like half flex, and I'm like, I still have a beer gun. It's like, damn. It's like I understand, like I'm not perfect here.
Why do you think I wear baggy
you're going for power? You're going for the
Oh,
power.
I'm trying to lean out now, McCarthy. I have to run 3.5 miles tomorrow after my arm day.
Ugh,
do it.
Running.
Listen, I do sprints, tires, and jump rope and box jumps one day, and I do cardio running the other. So it's like, for me, it's like I'm trying to cut my weight because I made a promise to myself I'm going to have an in-shape dad bod by the summer.
Well, that doesn't, in shape and dag bod doesn't go together.
No, it's called, I have a tiny little bit of a gut. Listen, on Martha's Vineyard, the Cougars are on the prowl, bro.
So when can I come down for a weekend?
I'll talk to you.
Hey man, I'm in my mid-40s, you know?
Listen, you mean Kevin, that's a really dangerous combination at a bar.
Oh, gosh.
Because Kevin basically gets a round-trip ticket to the Clem family vacation. Between me and my cousin, he basically is a Clem by association.
Well, there we go. So what's the start point?
My mother and my father both have offered to adopt him already, so...
Oh, special him.
Oh, he'd have a mom for the first time in his life.
Horrible stepbrother. All right, here we go. As I one arm a 30-pound board of plywood with my Hobart dartboard.
Jared, I don't know if you heard me. I said it'd be the first time that Kevin would have a mom in his life.
Not the first time I've said that. Or the first time he said that.
Love you, Kev.
His favorite line when he's on vacation with my mother is, "At least somebody's mom loves me." God, I love Kevin, buddy. I love you. I hope you're watching. Probably not, because it says our viewers. Also, StreamYard's viewer numbers are fugazi. By the way, Andrew, I've noticed that. It says 100%. We have 0 viewers, but like I know for a fact like 3 people are watching our show, including myself, because I have it running on my phone just for shits and giggles.
And I have it running on Tiki right now. So
yeah, it's like a bullshit. Anyway, so the Korner Booth dartboard rules are simple. You basically say, who do you want, like in Inglourious Bastards and every other war movie, you put somebody right in the center of your dartboard and you get to throw darts at them. So, I have a Fugazi one and I have a real one. I'm going to do my Fugazi first and I'm going to put you guys afterward. My Fugazi one is my good friend Brad from Unbearable Sports. This motherfucker has the balls to text me, hey, I can't do your show. I'm probably going to record around the same time. First of all, you want to come again with that shit? 2, then starts talking shit. I say, I may just make sure you can't have access to StreamYard. Somehow I have that power. I have not figured that out yet.
I can beat you with that with him, though, because last week, as the person who runs Thursday's programs on Tiki, and he has his show, or had his show on Thursday, he messages me at like midnight the night before, oh, I'm no longer on Thursdays, I'm switching my days.
Wow.
Listen,
Folks are getting inside baseball.
It's hard being a Bears fan. You got to deal with the fact that, there's inconsistency, emotional breakdown, disappointment. And that's just getting up in the morning.
It sure is.
God bless, I'm an Eagles fan.
So Unbearable Sports is on your dartboard right now. Huh?
No, just Brad.
Brad.
Listen,
okay.
Brad's my homie. I love Brad to death. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's I consider him one of my friends at Belly Up. Like, I consider you two obviously two of my close friends at Belly Up. Obviously, and I'm very happy you guys have come in. But it's like, it's so funny. Like, so I was thinking about this. I was like, do I have close friends at Belly Up again? I'm like, yeah. Kevin, Andrew, Ryan, Kelsey, fucking Brad. And I'm just like thinking to myself, I'm like, yeah. And then I have the rest of these. Shannon, back when she existed.
Yeah, where'd they gone to?
They're okay. So Shannon's day job, I think she got a raise or something. I think she just fell out of love with it. I think she burned out. And it happened, Ryan. I've been here for 3.5 years. The guys who go way too hard, way too fast, and to take on way too much responsibility, they always burn out. Yeah. I have watched 3 Shannons disappear at Belly Up. One of them was my original co-host, Mark, actually. See, the secret is you follow me in Kevin's example. You give just enough effort to be helpful and to be an asset, but you don't give too much effort where you kill yourself.
Fair enough.
Secret to life, gentlemen. All right.
I like it.
Andrew, who is going on your dartboard this week?
That girl I told you about.
Hey! Which one? You referred to 3 of them during our messages.
Oh, the crazy one. The story I told you.
Okay, that story. I'm on a job polishing a floor, reading this thing, and I was so distraught. I hit the guy's floorboard with the machine. Thank God my fucking foreman is like the most handy guy I've ever met in my life. Because I would have owed this man probably $1,000 to replace that floorboard. It was a disturbing Andrew's situation. Story was hysterical. I'm not going to repeat it on air. That's up to Andrew.
We won't repeat it on air.
Oh my God, it was the greatest story of all time.
But I know those dating nightmares. You can picture the eyes right there on that dartboard.
God damn it, that was bad. Also, by the way, guys, you can also put sports figures on here, by the way.
That's no fun.
Oh, come on. We're technically a sports show. Mr. McCarthy,
since when is this hour and a half?
Who is on your dartboard this week?
God. You know what? I'm going to go with my own kin here and say New York Jets fans. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why.
Big dartboard.
Listen, I gotta give a shout out to
narrow it down to like Fireman, whatever his name is. The Jet.
No, I like.
He's a national treasure.
He's a national treasure, of course.
Fireman Ed is a national treasure.
That's his name.
Yes, Fireman Ed is a national treasure. Do not at
even
him.
Eagles fans don't fuck with him.
I
we
like
love Fireman Ed.
I'm messing around. I like Fireman.
Yeah, listen. He walks into the link. We all bow to him because he suffered.
Respect.
He has suffered.
But continue
in more ways than one, obviously. But I gotta put the dartboard on my fellow Jets fans sometimes because, I gotta give a shout out to one of my new favorite Jets podcasters, Jake Asman, who is a guy who is originally from New York. He now works for ESPN in Houston, and he does a show before he goes on the air in Houston, and all he talks about is Jets. Great guy, engaging podcast host, excellent dude, has answered my questions on the live stream a bunch of times. Good guy. But every time a mock draft comes out for the Jets, everybody just craps on it. And I always tell people, listen, mock drafts are subjective. There's a reason why they're called mock drafts, because they don't actually happen. We don't know what Joe Douglas is going to do until April 29th and 30th. But every time you see a mock draft come out and you just hear the Jets fans say, "Oh, we should have picked this guy. We could have picked Kyle Hamilton at 4 and Sauce Gardner at 10." First of all, you don't know if Sauce Gardner is going to be available at 10. Also, Kyle Hamilton, you don't draft a safety that high. Ever.
Unless their name is like Earl Thomas or fucking Ed Reed.
I mean, even Jamal Adams was. I don't think even Jamal Adams would have drafted that high.
Jamal Adams drafted at 5.
Okay, so you drafted at 5. Okay, you don't draft a safety
that's
at
pretty
like
high for a safety.
Unless it's like Ed Reed or Earl Thomas.
I agree with you. That's very rare to be that high as a safety.
Yeah. So, but again, I always say like, look, if you don't like the mock drafts, make your own. No, it's just an opportunity to completely crap on other Jets fans or other Jets journalists or people who are in the know about the Jets doing a mock draft. So it's like, come on, guys, give people a break about the stupid draft that's coming up. Let's see what other kind of magic Joe Douglas can do, because he's done so much right now for the team. We've given him 2 years. This is the 3rd year of his reign. 2020 was kind of an anomaly because of who his head coach was. And 2020, they're going into 2021. They're going to do. I think 2022 is going to be a great draft. I can't wait for it. In which I say, a shameless plug, next week's episode, No Credentials Required, will be a mock draft for the Jets.
There we go.
With my buddies Kyle and Dan. So we're going to do a mock draft then. But let's just calm our. I don't know if people put it crude, but let's calm our tits about what's going to happen with the draft until it actually freaking happens. Okay?
There we go. By the way, shout out to me and my boy Uke on the NFL. By the way, that man is a fucking encyclopedia. He has come on my show twice. Me and him did our first mock draft on my show on Tuesday. If you have any questions, come check it out. It's on everything, basically. iTunes Radio, Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, everything. Even though his internet craps out on pick 32, because of course it did. His internet craps out every fucking time he comes on my show at the last 5 minutes. Either way, it was a great time having him on, obviously. Shout out to my boy Uke. Finally, also, new father. Just had a baby girl. Congratulations to you.
Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, congratulations.
Yeah, motherfucker's a dad.
I did not know that at all.
God bless him and his wife, man, because God, wolf.
He has been, for real though, to go back, he's been crushing the coverage of the draft.
A machine.
His analysis and breakdowns of, God, he's had to have put out, 80 plus articles at this point?
I think he's almost at 90. He's almost at 90.
Yeah, that sounds, he's killed this draft coverage.
He is, I think Belliup should just keep him on retainer as our draft scout.
Yeah,
100%.
I will disagree with him on a few takes, but honestly, it's a good show. I highly recommend you go listen. It is honestly, because you guys know how much draft film I watch, and yes, I do watch it under the influence of certain alcohols and drugs, everything else. But the thing is, like, also that's how I think the best. Me and you talking about draft stock, and we did our draft preview about a month back with our top per position. Both are great shows, and Uke is one of the smartest people I know when it comes to draft stock. Yeah. But the dickhead I'm putting on this shit, LeBron James. Listen, you don't usually need a reason to hit shit on LeBron James, but when you are doing crying emojis laughing at Pat Bev, who is overcome with emotion for beating the team that disrespected him, and for Minnesota celebrating a win, I hate to harp on this twice, but dude, your team, you destroyed the Lakers. You ruined the Lakers.
He did.
You ruined Russell Westbrook. Westbrook. Yeah. Okay. Russell Westbrook. Yeah. Russell Westbrook, back when he was in Washington, honestly was a solid player. Yes. He was starting to get back to form. He was starting to get back to Oklahoma City level form. No, LeBron and Frank, blame Frank Vogel. Frank, I pray to God you go retire somewhere out in the country and enjoy your money that you just won. Fuck Clutch Sports. Fuck LeBron. Fuck the shop. Yeah. I hate this shit. He
Frank
is
Vogel
ruined
had nothing to do with that.
I love that
Shadow
basketball.
Government.
Basketball is kicking LeBron in the teeth with the LaMelo Balls, the John Morants, the Anthony Edwards of the world, and the Devin Bookers, the guys who actually have a fucking grind and aren't trying to be a mafia boss in the league.
Yes.
Jordan never tried to do this shit.
No, well,
Kobe never tried to do this shit. Shaq never tried to do this shit. Neither did Magic, Bird, LeBron. You're just a bitch, bro. Fuck off. I hate you. I hate you as a person because you tried to make the NBA your business and you just a player in the business. I want you to understand that. If you were just a player, I used to like you when you were in Miami because you were still hungry. You still had some, you were still humble. You still had some, like, you wanted to something. Now you just think you're better than everybody. It's like, bro, fuck off, dude. Like, the last day I rooted for you was when you blocked Andre Iguodala's shot in Game 7 or Game 6, whatever it was, when you guys knocked out the Warriors because you were the lesser evil that day. After that, you were dead to me.
Fair enough. I don't disagree.
Watching the
time you left Cleveland, I was like,
watching the Warriors stomp on your throat the following year was just poetry. Good for Kevin Durant, good for Steph Curry, good for Draymond, good for Klay Thompson. That's all I'm going to say. And good for every other team who knocks the Lakers off the next couple of years until LeBron's bum ass leaves. I really hope, for Bronny's sake, Bronny goes, "Nah, Dad, I don't want to play with you."
That'd be great.
I would love it. Because you know what? That'd be the ultimate. The media the media tried this with LeBron. It's worked so far. But they tried this with Zion. It's not working. Yeah. Zion can't even get on a fucking court. I feel bad for the fucking kid.
Yeah. For Zion, I do feel bad for her as well.
The worst part is like Ja Morant was the best prospect in that draft, but just because Zion had the name, Ja gets to go to the Grizzlies. And the Grizzlies might be the finals representative this year.
Ja Morant
unless my Timberwolves knock him off, but we'll see. I want to see what because listen, Pat Bev said Anthony Edwards is the closest thing he's ever seen to Jordan and Kobe. I want to see what Anthony Edwards does. That's my dog right there. I love Anthony Edwards. Yeah, that's it, folks. Shout out to my boys Andrew Leduc and Ryan McCarthy from Divots and Pivots and No Credentials Required, respectively. Gentlemen, any big shows coming up this week for you? Ryan, you previewed a Jets draft. Andrew, anything coming up from Divots and Pivots?
No, we're just gonna kind of be going through the normal routine till we hit the U.S. Open time coming up in June.
Where's the U.S. Open this year?
My backyard, Brookline, Mass.
Ooh,
I love country club.
I love that course.
I'm still waiting to hear on if I get credentials to go cover it live. That is the goal.
I will be your cameraman.
If we can bring you live coverage from the U.S. Open this year,
Andrew, I will drive up for that. Andrew, I will be your cameraman.
I'm going to be so even if we don't get credentials, we are making plans to be there one way or another, whether we're outside the walls or whatever. But we will be there.
If you need a cameraman with your credentials, let me know. I will drive up for that because Brookline is my cousin lives a mile from Brookline, and two, also beautiful. I will also drive up there because it's 2 hours from me.
Perfect. Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Either way, I'm going to be there. Whether it's across the street from the course or on the course, I'm going to be at the U.S. Open this year. We
also, by the way, folks, at Korner Booth have boots on the ground at the NFL draft this year. Our own Savannah Dean will be live in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Let's go.
I will actually have her call in from the draft pre-show to talk about what's going on. Hopefully, she's not too inebriated when the Packers do not take a wide receiver in the first round.
Beautiful.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is the Korner Booth podcast. I appreciate you guys for stopping by. This Korner Booth pregame, obviously.
Monday Night Mayhem.
Me and Andrew,
me and Andrew were
right here.
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna be on play-by-play.
The meatball and the noodle.
Yeah, the meatball and noodle. We're bringing you an Italian spaghetti dinner.
Spaghetti and meatballs in the building. Let's go. All right,
perfect for some Louisiana football.
Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the show. If you love what you see here, go check us out at Korner Booth Pod on everything: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, even though I have to get myself unbanned. I don't know how that happened. No, I'm sorry. Samir's password doesn't work anymore.
Oh,
fucking
probably for the better that you stay off TikTok.
No, because TikTok's the fastest way to get viewers. That's Frank. He's made a couple 100,000 off that shit.
I just got on.
Either way, shout out to our sponsor, YeatsOfficial.com. Promo code Korner Booth, 10% off. We appreciate you stopping by. Shout out to my boy Maserati for, of course, our intro. We hope you guys had a great Thursday show with us. If you're watching on YouTube, we hope you'll have a great day, whatever you're doing. And we will catch you guys next Tuesday where me and Parker Ainsworth of midweek, mid-range, and effing sports are breaking on the NBA playoffs. It's gonna be a good time. So check it out. Wednesday drop with that. Hope you guys have a great night. Peace.